One.
That's fine.
Broadcast is live. Your hangout is live.
Podcast is starting in a few minutes.
Why is the podcast not
Well,
starting when
I gotta-
we're online?
Well, no, I just gotta do this thing.
What?
And does this like count?
Wait.
Where does it show up on?
Ooh, we can have like black and white. We could
we're
be
so
smooth. We could be warm.
Where does it show up on YouTube?
Spotlight. What's a spotlight?
I don't know.
Brighten. We could be in focus or out of focus, really.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just be original.
Mm-hmm. That's all we've ever asked.
Okay, but like where on YouTube does it show up?
Oh, wait, there's a link. Links. Oh, there we go. YouTube page. All this gobbledygook.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Pop Culture Podcast.
Text that to me.
No, we're gonna start over.
This can't start over though.
It's
That's
not. It doesn't need to. It's live.
Yeah.
There's one people watching us.
I know. I'm gonna have to send a follow-up tweet.
How do I do this? I want to do this, and I'll do this and this and this and this. Do this. I hope this is connected. I don't use it to Jen. What the hell?
I would give you my phone number, but I don't know if you can know it.
Right, don't say it. I'm just searching. Let's try it again. Oh my god. Oh my. Just this.
Go Bears. Hey everyone, welcome.
Where are you?
Welcome
Why are
to
you
the
not
South.
in my contact list?
Just text it to. Do you have Jason's new phone number in there or no?
Is this it?
Is it a 310 number?
Yeah.
Yes, text it to him and have him text it.
It's
to me.
red. Oh my god, this is stupid. Get out of here. Jen, I will take a picture of it and then you just have my phone.
No, like I need. Just type it in. Type it in.
Huh?
And text it to me so that I can copy and paste it.
Hold on. Yeah. It's the weirdest stupid thing because it's like capital letters and stupid stupids and dumbs and dumb stupids. This is going to be like, they're going to watch it live. And well, it also goes up as a video. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to be like, this is stupid
These
for
people are dumb.
like 5 minutes of a podcast that I've ever watched. And this is just the weird. Oh, don't autocorrect me, you son of a bitch. Don't you dare autocorrect me. Fuck. Don't autocorrect.
Chuck, why don't you just copy and paste it in your notes on your computer and then copy it from there and paste it into your text message to Jen? We're going to take this time to talk about technology.
I'm so mad right
Hey,
now.
where do you guys work?
Nowhere.
Science.
Nowhere and everywhere. I think that's some stupids.
Hey, welcome to Science. For those of you that are not watching live, thanks. Because we don't know what the fucking URL is. It won't make sense to put this up on our main page.
I know.
And for those of you that are watching this after the fact, welcome.
Yeah. And take two.
Take two. The broadcast is still going, so yes, you saw nothing but troubleshooting and technical difficulties with first 4 minutes of the podcast. That's
You
fine.
can see it on this counter. It's backwards.
All right.
And I'm just gonna pop in when I have something to say. So I am Chuck Lockmore. That is at Apocalypse UHPAK.
And I am sitting across from.
That was a nice save.
Thanks.
That's fine. Jen Arbowez.
At
John Arbor was.
She said it in the same like tone.
Yeah.
Both times.
I
You've been
know.
practicing saying your name for a long time?
I practice in front of the mirror every night.
I believe. I believe you for some
I'm like,
reason.
what's your Twitter handle?
And then she forgets who she is every night.
Since
And
Chuck has the least amount of things in front of him, he should probably do pod notes.
I would agree.
I'm pissed off gamer. It's a 0, not a no. Look it up.
I
And
just
I'm
did-
the one with like the crappy mic.
no, you don't have a crappy mic. You have
You have
the
a-
Apogee, which is the best sounding mic over here.
Hmm.
You have like the cute little mic.
He has the mic problems. Anyway, yes, so I'm getting pod notes together, I guess, because I'm in charge of pod notes this week. And as always, it's another week of pop culture and stuff that we want to talk about today.
Who's going to be keeping track of any YouTube activity? I've got Twitter covered. If you guys,
It just says viewers here, so when that number goes to 1, we
Yeah.
will be happy. So, if you join us, you're cool. And then you can go back and watch what
And if
we
you guys
did.
are listening to the podcast, we're actually trying out live streaming on our YouTube, but not our YouTube page, I guess. Apparently, it doesn't go there.
It is on the YouTube page. You have to go through the computer.
Okay,
yeah, it's like not on our
It's-
actual YouTube page.
let's take a look and see if it's on our YouTube page.
Okay, well then follow the link that just went out, but either way you will start to see our link posted through our Twitter page and all that cool stuff prior to us doing this again. But since you are here or you're not here, whatever, let's continue how we're going. Jason's got the YouTube page up over there, by the way. Anyway, I am excited. E3 kind of came early for me. It was like this whole week it's been nothing but E3 stuff and all that. Are you trying to still find the event? It's there. That's the event. That's the thing you can click on and you can watch it with a 30-second delay.
Huh, that's interesting.
But he's not clicking it. You'd be our first viewer. We'd be watching ourselves.
This is so meta right
Oh
now.
my god, yep, there it is. We're
There we
very
are,
meta.
live
So
right now.
it
Oh
is live and
gosh.
it's
Hey,
working.
us.
Oh god.
Hey, us indeed. But yeah, as I was saying, like E3 just kind of came early. So when I talk about the gaming news, I'm gonna be talking about how E3 came a week early instead of just waiting for next week. But until then, there has been a lot of things and a lot of smacking of lips. I can't remember what the hell I was gonna say, but it was something to do with movies and TV. I'm sure. Or not.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was like taking care of the social media aspect of this. I just wanted to get it up on
None of us
Facebook.
are paying attention to your podcast.
I'm just look. This is the one man show. So
All right.
okay, let me pop
Okay,
in.
no,
Hello,
you know
I'm
what?
Chef Popcorn. We're going to talk about
You know-
coffee today. So today's coffee comes from a nice little place in Long Beach called.
No, they're not our sponsors. We know what our sponsors are.
Okay, this week's sponsor is also a coffee place. So this coffee place is called Grind 'em Up Cat Food. Grind 'em Up Cat Food. Go ahead and put hot water in your cat food and drink it, and you have yourself nice coffee. Grind 'em Up Cat Food.
That sounds disgusting.
It sounds delicious.
Well, they paid us 44 cents for that, so we're good.
So they paid us more than we're getting from ad revenue.
Mm.
Perfect.
Correct.
Okay.
How's the social media going?
It's social.
It's super social. So I posted on Facebook if anyone follows us.
No one is looking.
I'm
And
pretty
I
sure.
posted on Twitter.
I'm
and
pretty-
I'm just doing like a constant refresh right here on
Alright.
Twitter.
Let's get into the podcast because
All
we've
right.
been spending a lot of time trying to get everything ready to go.
Trying to figure out how
Figure
this whole
shit out.
technology thing works.
Copy and paste into Notebook. Who
I
knew?
don't understand
Oh, God.
how. Yeah, exactly. I don't understand why they always have to give you like some weird thing like U capital L R I. Like what the hell?
That's funny.
It just to piss you off so you can't figure out how to actually do things in the world. Anyway,
Go on.
yeah. What the hell? I want to talk movies and TV first, and then I want to talk about this little beautiful thing that Jason got me earlier today.
That's good because I've got some movies and TV news that will segue quite nicely into comics.
Oh.
So.
Well, do tell.
As well as The Walking Dead.
Correct. What I wanted to do is, like, I've been catching up on Daredevil. I know you guys watched it on day one, and it's like done for you guys, but that's.
How have you not finished it yet?
Well, no, we watched on day 1, finished it on day 4 or 3.
Day 3. It took us 3 days.
And then rewatched it. Just
kind of.
Not yet.
It's D'Onofrio is just amazing.
Yes.
I love Kingpin. He just became one of my favorite villains because of that man.
Yeah, he's pretty great.
I want to be like him and shake my head.
And wear like really nice, like bulletproof suits.
Dude, he has the best looking suits.
He does.
And
they are really well tailored.
They are so well tailored, and his tailor, Mr. Potter, is dangerous. Anyway, moving into.
I honestly thought that you were going to make a comment about Harry Potter for a second, and I'm really glad that you didn't, but I was expecting it.
Sorry.
Oh, just a quick tidbit then, like in like random pop culture news thing. Speaking of Harry Potter, apparently last week Dumbledore and Gandalf got married.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
You heard about that?
Yeah, I just briefly. I didn't hear like the details of it. I heard that J.K. Rowling has something to do with it, right?
Well, she kind of like retweeted the whole thing as well because it was something about, you know, Gandalf and Dumbledore being gay together.
Right.
And so they got married in Kansas, across the street from
Kansas.
Exactly, from one of the Westboro Baptist churches. And apparently it was hilarious because this is all coming from like the ruling in Ireland about gay marriage and everything. So JK brought something up about it, and then people were like, oh my God, Gandalf and Dumbledore are gay. They should totally get married, and they got married.
Because apparently Hogwarts is in Middle-earth now.
What?
How else would Gandalf and
Dumbledore
get together?
They're fucking wizards. They can go wherever they want.
Literally fucking.
They're fucking wizards.
We're together.
Chuck figured out what sex is.
I did, and I finished.
All right, let's get this rolling because we have been just.
We're like wasting time. Come on.
I know, we're wasting time. Okay, let's get into.
We do have 0 viewers, so I'm excited about that.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's okay. We're doing it though.
Oh my God.
Okay, getting into TV news. First, I do want to bring up the fact that Constantine is dead, and I think that we should all just take a moment to mourn the loss of Constantine because it was a good show and it had a lot of potential, and no other network decided to pick it up. I'm very angry.
See, this is why I need the fart noises machine. Next podcast, I'm getting that damn machine.
No, what you need is like one of those long whistles that'll go like woo, those.
Or
yeah, you need
you
one
just
of those.
pull it.
Yeah.
Well, we kind of knew that was going to happen because.
Yeah, but sci-fi. I'm so disappointed in sci-fi.
But you got to remember who owns sci-fi.
I don't care.
So I mean, like when Daddy doesn't want you, Uncle Bill doesn't want you either.
That's not true. Have you been to the South?
Yes. Yes, I have. I have family that lives in the South. The Deep South. Places I shouldn't go back to ever again.
So yeah, that's Constantine news. But on the bright side, Hellblazer, you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Hellblazer was like rebirthed as a comic. So now better artwork. Yay!
Well, I mean, does artwork necessarily say something is better?
Yes.
Does it?
Yes.
Does it?
Yes.
Why do you read comics? It's like the art is what drives you in, and then the story is usually secondary.
That's pretty true.
Yeah, but I mean, like, everybody has their own interpretation of art. Like, art doesn't necessarily mean what you think looks good to others.
Not all art is good.
That's a saying, isn't it?
I don't care. I don't care if it's subjective. Not all art is good.
That is correct.
Okay.
I like But and this is kind of, I'm only bringing this up because we're talking about it. Silver Age comics, I like them because they're Silver Age comics. However, I have a hard time getting through like a full series because the art drives me batshit fucking crazy.
Well, I mean, it was a limitation of the printing presses back then too.
Correct.
You had to draw it a certain way, and it just got fucked up. So you have to draw with bigger, thicker lines. You have to deal with shitty colors.
Mm-hmm.
And that was how it is. But today you can print like the finest line on a piece of paper.
Which is why this version of Hellblazer has better artwork.
So we're going to see like Pinhead and everything? That was Hellraiser.
That's almost the same thing.
Son of a bitch. I want them to be in the same world. It's just like Dumbledore.
By the way, I'm taking pod notes since... You know,
I have
pod notes. You haven't written anything down in a few.
Well, we haven't said anything in a few.
Definitely, we've been talking about.
Yeah, I have said many worthwhile things in the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, I know. We talked about Constantine dying, and we talked about Dumbledore and Gandalf having butt sex.
I like that we're like, this podcast is turning into us recapping the podcast already. Like, this is like the worst episode, you guys.
It is. Well, it's episode 11. We had to celebrate episode 10.
By being just awful?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's
How
move
did
on.
we celebrate episode 9?
We didn't. Let's just go. That's
okay.
Fourth time.
In TV news and also comic news, because they're pretty much tied in this week. Daredevil, which you had brought up just a second ago.
Mm-hmm.
The Walking Dead's John Bernthal, who played Shane.
Yes. Shane from The Walking Dead.
He was like a really good friend.
Of Lori's and Rick's.
Of Rick's.
Was a really good friend. He was
like a great friend.
He was in there deep with them,
Yeah.
friendship-wise.
Yeah, like super good friend. Anyway, that actor will be joining the cast of Daredevil for season 2, and he's going to be playing Jason's favorite character, the Punisher. And Jason loves John Bernthal, as you can tell from the look on his face.
His face tells it all. Here, just to give you guys a little taste, I'm going to do this toward the camera too. Just to give you a little taste of John Bernthal as the Punisher. You come in here, and then you tell me how to shoot a gun? That's wild. That's wild. I'm Frank Castle. I'm the Punisher. Scene. John Bernthal as the Punisher. How did you like that? Was it great for you as it was for me, Jason?
Jason's really, really looking forward to season 2 of Daredevil now.
What? You got a zombie.
The problem that I have is that's probably way better than what he's going to do on the fucking show. Because I can't handle he looks like you guys can't handle his fucking face.
He looks
What's
like
wrong with his face?
he looks like a Dick Tracy villain.
Yes.
No.
Yes,
Dick
yes.
Tracy.
The one that got hit in the face with the fucking shovel.
He does.
By the way, did you guys happen to see that TV show that he was in, like right after he finished on The Walking Dead?
Mob City.
Yes.
Yeah, he did it with the other guy who got fired from The Walking Dead.
Yes.
Yeah. It was like he
It was
Dick
Dick
Tracy.
Tracy. He was the Dick Tracy character then.
Exactly, and
Oh
it was
my
still
God.
like you want to be a detective? That's wild.
You come into my private practice and you tell me how to be a detective?
Or like when he gets serious and he mumbles, he goes, "Oh, this thing is gonna be wild."
And then he does this a lot.
With no
his
hair.
No hair. He does like this.
It's like, I can't-
This.
I don't know what's going on with this place. Fucking-
And when he gets mad or something, like really mad, is just like
all I'm saying is, where the fuck is the casting call for this? Because I would have gone.
that's the you.
You
You don't
don't
have jet black hair.
You don't have
$10. Done.
That's not $10 with the jet black hair.
sure.
You don't want to do
You
that.
don't
You're
have
right. It's
my
like,
hair.
it's like $8.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. The Punisher doesn't have that much hair.
He does have.
See, you
a
have
nice,
too much hair. You would have to get rid
No beard.
of this. You can't hide behind it anymore.
Yeah, you can't have anything that distinguishes you as a marksman.
You probably also have to take out that nose ring.
Yep. Anyway, prepare to see Shane Castle as the Punisher.
TM.
Yep.
Yeah.
TM.
We think about that.
Yes.
Shane Castle, the
Mhm.
Punisher on Daredevil sometime in the future.
Yeah.
That's cool though. I like how they'll kind of use the Daredevil series as like the central hub of all the B-list. I use B-list very loosely when it comes to somebody like Daredevil type of characters. But apparently what Iron Fist and Power Man are getting their own series too, right? At some point? I don't know.
I know that the Defenders are coming to Netflix,
Mm-hmm.
and Ghost Rider, Blade, and Elektra will also show up at some point.
Like, why does Elektra need her own?
No, she probably won't have her own series per se, but she will definitely show up on
Place in
Daredevil.
Daredevil. Yeah, she needs to because they have a whole thing.
Also, they need to definitely make up for those Jennifer Garner movies.
It's horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it funny that Jennifer Garner played Elektra, Ben Affleck played Daredevil,
Isn't it funny that that's how they
and
met?
now they're married?
That's weird how actors meet on set and then get married.
It's like it's a thing.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure they were the first ones to ever do it.
I think so.
And then like Brad Pitt and Angelina did that movie about secret.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Yeah, and then
And Brad
now,
Pitt was still married.
and then now they're like
And they
married.
kept hooking up in the trailer.
Uh-oh.
Say what?
Inside sources say so.
Oh my god!
Inside sources say maybe sometimes couldn't actually be, but might be.
I think we're on to something here.
Mm-hmm.
We're on to something.
You guys, we could be like Hollywood detectives.
Like Dick Tracy.
Yes.
It's fucking stupid.
Who wants to
What
have
is-
their face smashed in?
Who wants you come on set and you want to hook up with me? That is real stuff.
What else on TV news?
My favorite news this week in TV has to do with a little film from 1999, The Boondock Saints.
Ooh.
That's coming to TV. It's actually going to be a prequel. So Troy Duffy, who wrote and directed the original Boondock Saints, also went a little crazy. If you guys are interested, I would highly recommend the documentary Overnight, because he is just fucking batshit.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thanks, Ice Guy.
Thanks, Ice Baby. Vanilla Ice.
But he's already done the show Bible, and he's already written the premiere episode.
That big giant show that was on Discover called Bible?
No, when you write a TV series, you have to do this thing called a series, like a show Bible, and that has all of your character descriptions and biographies and your plot points for the entire series. And you usually have like the first 3 seasons planned out.
And then it just kind of goes from there. Like, Shane's supposed to be dead before they leave the campsite, and all of a sudden he's at the farm.
Yeah.
He's like, you come in here and make me Frank Castle.
Yeah.
I'm gonna love that, Jason.
But I do have to say that I think I will only like the show if Willem Dafoe comes back.
On Boondock Saints.
Yes.
On BoonNet.
On Boon.
Check us out on boonnet.com.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
For those of you that don't know, he was the flamboyant detective.
On Boon.
On
On
boonnet.com.
Got it.
Yeah.
Noted.
All right, so there's your TV and film news for the week.
Boonnet. That's all I wrote down for all of TV and film was Boonnet.
Good thing Jason's taking pod notes.
You would like to think that he is, but he's actually not.
No, he's like chewing ice really loud over there. He's like playing with his earbud. He's like
He can't
He's
figure
like-
it out.
playing on his phone. He
Hey.
has no interest in being on TV
This
right
is
now.
this is a beta test for the future. This is us figuring it out. So just Fuck, just bear
We
with
promise
us.
we'll give you some kind of better podcast next week. But,
God
fuck it.
damn. Next
We're
week's
signing-
podcast is the Nomad Cast.
Yeah, you're fucking listening to this live.
Fuck. And
Look
we're
at all
gonna do
those
that
no
shit
viewers we
live.
got.
I know.
This is
It's all
great.
right. They'll love it next week when it says fucking E3 on it, and then we're
Yeah.
like, oh, let's watch this. These assholes talk about shit.
But then I'm not going to be there. So
You
what's the
will
point of
be there.
listening?
You can be there. We do it. We do it in a spot where you should be able to be there.
All right.
Right.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Yep.
All right. So you talked about Barenthal, that kind of Walking Dead and comics. All right. So I'm going to start off the comics for Jason because he bought me this.
And because he's not paying attention anyways.
Well,
so
he'll come into
Pay
it. So
attention.
he's trying.
Fuck yourself.
He's trying. So this is the Walking Dead 142. This is the Gathering. So this is after the last issue where Negan was pretty much set free. Spoiler alert: you had an entire month to fucking read it. I'm almost to the point where you have until our podcast because I like talking about stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Like spoiling things. Like if we want to talk about Game of Thrones, like last week's Game of Thrones. Remember we did not spoil it. By the way, we got to go backwards. We have to talk about it now because we didn't talk about it last week.
Okay.
And I really want to talk about it. And now this week happened, and like I'm not gonna wait till next week to not talk about this week. So from now on, and this is what I'm throwing down, a new decree.
We'll put our podcast up on Thursdays.
Thursday morning. But I mean, fuck it. Like I'm not holding back any spoiler things. Like
Here's the thing:
talk
going
about
forward, if you don't want spoilers, fast forward to like a long time from now. But know that we're gonna probably spoil shit on Wednesdays.
just watch everything you like to watch, and we like to
Well, that's
talk about it.
shitty though.
Why is it shitty?
You don't want to be in the podcast?
I mean, unless we have a like I don't have a problem spoiling something. Like, say next week when it's season finale, we can like dedicate the podcast to like Game of Thrones season finale, and then just be like spoilers, spoilers, spoilers.
No, let's just put it in the pod notes. Like these are the things we talked about, and then they can decide whether or not they want to hear us talk about
They'll
it.
have time on them so they can fast forward. Anyways, moving on.
Right?
Pod notes.
Put it in the pod notes, so that way we can talk about it when it happens instead of a week after it happens.
All right.
So now we got 2 weeks of Game of Thrones to talk about really quick. So Hard Home, last week's podcast.
Yes.
We hinted to a lot of things that were going on in the Game of Thrones universe, and we'll just fly through that one now that we fucking wasted an entire week on it. But oh my god, the end. We just talked about the last 20 minutes. Everything
Jon
else,
Snow.
just Jon Snow. So Jon Snow, the rightful heir of the throne, pretty much because
yeah, and they're
he's
definitely
a Targaryen.
they're
probably.
definitely leaning towards that.
Heavily, especially talking about King's blood and all this other stuff. So anyway, and
We'll get into more in a minute.
exactly, we're talking about King's blood and the Lord of the Light and who the one true God and who it really is and all this stuff. And anyway, so he goes up to Hard Home, the home of the wildlings and all this stuff, and they get ambushed. For lack of a better term, they get ambushed, right? Ambushed by all the White
By the
Walkers,
White Walkers, yeah.
coming from down on the hilltop, and the four horsemen of the White Walkers, which kind of like symbolizes the apocalypse and all that stuff, which is really cool. I know that symbolism was well played by them. They knew what they were doing. Anyway, and then fucking Jon Snow takes out Old Man Winter with his fucking Valyrian steel, which apparently any other type of metal does not stop a White Walker. But
yeah. White Walkers shatter all of the other metals.
Every other metal except dragon glass, and now we know Valyrian steel.
Which is, dragon steel.
Right.
So knowing that dragon glass and dragon steel can kill a White Walker, regular fire cannot. White Walkers cannot be killed by regular fire.
They burn them.
Only after,
They kill them, kind of.
Yeah. They burn the bodies of the people that have been killed by White Walkers before they turn.
Even the White Walker, they can burn it. But I mean, it's only so that their flesh is completely disintegrated.
Yes.
I mean, they would probably still come after you if they didn't have a choice.
So hinting at the idea that dragon fire
I just burped.
could, in all likelihood,
destroy White
kill
Walkers.
a fucking White Walker.
And kill an entire army of White
Who
Walkers.
has dragons?
His sister, Daenerys. I'm just gonna keep playing it up that Jon Snow is Targaryen because I believe that his mother was really the son. Was that her name? Lyanna Stark.
Yeah.
And she was getting it on
with
Aegon,
Daenerys's dad.
Targaryen and the Mad
Or
King.
no, what? Yeah, her dad or her brother? Was that her father? That was
Her dad.
So
was
her and Jon Snow would be like half siblings, which makes it totally fine for them to hook up because only one parent.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Remember, she's not fighting for kings and queens anymore, and Jon Snow.
Jon Snow doesn't fight for kings and queens either.
Right. He's not supposed to. He's supposed to be fighting for.
See, they're
everybody.
so well matched.
Yeah. So anyway, there's a big battle. They had this whole thing, and there was a giant. There's still a giant, and it was cool.
Yeah.
Now you can go into this week's.
But now we know that the White Walkers. Also, that scene where the fucking head of the White Walkers just like lifts his hands up, and then all of the fallen wildlings stand up as new White Walkers and attack.
Well, he's supposed to be of Stark lineage, apparently. That guy. Somewhere in it, like in the lore and the fandom and all that stuff, aside from them taking out Catelyn Stark and why she was like the leader or one of the horsemen, I guess, in the book or something like that. I don't read the book. But I didn't think
she came back as a White Walker. She came back as something else.
I don't know.
Like some other sort of zombie. You remember a couple seasons ago when they met the group of men that like there was one guy that just kept being brought back from the dead?
Oh yeah, those guys.
Yeah, she was like one of those guys in the book series.
She was in the White Walker?
No, I don't believe so.
Well, whether she was or not,
whatever, she was a fucking zombie.
Right. The theory is that that's the vengeance of the Starks, like that ultimately that they're just kind of eradicating the whole thing. Because if you think about it, the White Walkers really started to pick up after Ned was beheaded.
Yeah, but they've been talking about winter coming.
Winter's coming. Yeah, I know. It's a Stark thing. This is what they say, and they make them always seem like they're crazy. But it was a warning. It was like to everybody, like if you fuck with us, like everything will end for you. So that's the whole thing. That's the whole thought process behind that. And the reason why, remember his uncle Benji, who left in like the first episode over the wall. We haven't seen him since.
Oh, that's true, isn't it?
He still hasn't shown up even 5 seasons in so far, and there's theories about what he's doing as well. So we'll see. Anyway, really quick on this week's episode though, with Stannis Baratheon and his daughter. Shireen, Shireen, girl, you need to stay away from the fire. Well, too late.
Well, Stannis is just
a dick,
kind of a piece of shit.
He's the new Joffrey.
Well, no.
He has
a moral compass.
I hate him as much as I hated Joffrey.
That's fine, but you hate him for different reasons. Joffrey was just an all-around piece of shit. Stannis
is a moral piece of shit.
Well, Stannis can best be summed up. He talked about it himself when he was talking to Shireen, and he said sometimes a man has to live up to
his destiny,
even if he doesn't. Even if he hates that destiny. But he's already started down this path. So he's kind of in this position of, and at the beginning of the episode, his right-hand man, I can't think of his name, but
the pirate man.
Yeah, he told him, we can't go back to Castle Black. We won't make it back to Castle Black. We won't make it to Winterfell. So Stannis is in this position of we're all gonna die. So
let me just murder my child. Let me just
burn my child at the stake. Hopefully her sacrifice to the Lord of Light will get us to Winterfell.
Dumb. Anyway, he killed her.
Hard choices.
Very sad.
It was really sad.
Yeah.
Also, couldn't he have just killed his wife too?
No, she does not have king's blood.
I know,
she was
but
fucked by a king, but she doesn't have king's blood.
I know, but couldn't she just like have thrown herself on the fire or something? Like, couldn't we just get rid of her? Because she's the worst.
I like her now more than Stannis because she at least tried to redeem herself once she heard her child calling out for her.
She's just awful.
They're all awful and anything. But anyway, they're thinking like the sacrifice could have been either way because she might be working for whoever. I don't know. We're talking about Lysandra or whatever. Melisandre, Emma, blah, blah, blah.
We don't know what her true intentions are, except that she is going to do whatever it takes to get into a position of power to bring the Lord of Light to the masses.
Right. Anyway, moving on. And the last
part. I cried a little bit during that scene. It was a little emotional. I can admit it. I cried more.
Hey, welcome to our one viewer. Thanks for stopping by and viewing us.
Hey!
Yeah, one viewer. Leave a comment.
Yeah, leave those comments below.
I cried more at the whole Daenerys Drogon.
Oh my
scene.
God.
I was like, oh, he came back from
that's like you and your dogs. You're just like, oh, baby. Oh, the doggy. That's what you thought the dragon was.
He is like a giant puppy, and he breathes fire.
He's more than a giant puppy.
And she can ride on his back and fly through the air. Who wouldn't want that dog?
That's an awesome.
I fucking want that dog.
It's a dragon?
It is a dragon.
But it's like a puppy dragon.
But yeah, you see, that's the moment also where, because Tyrion was there, and he's been more of a cynic the entire season, so to speak, and you can tell at that moment, based on his viewing of that he feels like she is the one to change everything.
He is a cynic no more.
He is a cynic no more. So as Jorah had said earlier when he talked about the baby dragons crying, who now he's back on the good side.
What's gonna happen with Jorah?
He's back on the winning team.
He's got grayscale.
He does have grayscale, so eventually
he's
that'll
gonna have
fuck
to
him
like
up.
banish himself from the group.
He's gonna have to go be a rock.
Rock man, crazy rock man.
No.
Go rock bottom some people. Anyway, so yeah, now we know flying dragons, riding dragons, and there are 3 dragons. So
yeah, she's got to go save the other 2. She's got to let them out.
She's got to let them out, but we got to see if she's gonna come back in this last episode, where she's like fucking riding on her way to Westeros. But 2 more dragons, 1 for Jon Snow, 1 for Tyrion. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, that's true.
1 for Jon Snow, 1 for Tyrion.
Tyrion gets the little baby dragon.
That, or like Tyrion gets to he gets to ride Ghost. So Jon Snow's direwolf.
Ghost ride the wolf.
Jesus Christ.
Let's go, Ghost. He just rides the fucking direwolf.
Wait, this thing doesn't fucking fly?
Well, I mean, if Jon Snow gets a dragon, he's got to give Ghost to Sam. Obviously,
yeah,
Ghost has a
connection
with Sam. He does like Sam, so he saved his ass from getting torn apart.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, we'll move on. Jason's like, all right, stop talking about Game of Thrones. Let's talk more about...
I like Game of Thrones. I just can't remember names for shit on that show.
You can talk about, fatty, naked girl, fireman, dragon girl.
Doesn't show tits.
Daenerys Targaryen.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now, look, I like Game of Thrones. I think, but it's like every season with Game of Thrones, it's like kind of boring all the way up until you get to episode 8. It's super awesome. And then the next 2 episodes are awesome. And then you're like, oh, I got to wait till next year for the rest. So it's fine. I mean, it's good. I like Game of Thrones. I'm not opposed. I do have a lot to catch up with on that game, though. I can tell you that.
Oh, yeah, episode 4.
No, I haven't played the other ones. I played episode 1 half of.
No, we finished episode 1.
Oh, we played half of the second one.
I don't think we even started the second one.
Yeah, maybe not. Anyways, we got to catch up on that junk.
It's not junk. Talk about comics.
You fucking finished talking about that.
Okay, anyway, I have no idea what's going on in here, but this guy looks like Negan a little bit.
Walking Dead. And then
I'm going to touch his nipples. You can't see that unless you watch us live. You watch us live and uncut, you get nipple touching.
Yeah. The nips. Moving into comics. I think what you're seeing now in the comic world is a lot of first issues. So a lot of those coming back, like Jen had mentioned earlier. Constantine came back as an issue 1. So they're starting that again. And then Batman is continuing from 40 to 41. So it's not necessarily like
restarting. He survived the convergence.
Well, yeah, I mean, and they didn't. I mean, that's probably their number 1 selling comic right now, so they don't really want to do anything to that. So what the approach seems to be that they're taking in comics, and Marvel's done this for a while, but it seems like they're doing it every. I don't want to say story arc, but when a writer and artist change, I feel like they're changing it to like let's just say Scott Snyder stopped writing Batman after 41 and someone else came on and started writing it, it'd be like issue 1.
Right.
And so I don't know how I feel about that. I was listening to Comic Vine podcast and they were talking about like some people just like to have, I have issue 300 or issue this or whatever. And I'm kind of a big fan of that. Like, yeah, like go into as far as you can get into the story into triple digits, because I feel like there's just more to it that way. It's stupid, but it to me it makes sense.
That's going to be The Walking Dead. It'll
be The Walking Dead. But I think for the comics that are coming out, I have high hopes and big expectations for issue 1s, because I feel like those are where you can grab people who maybe are not into comics. That's a good spot for them to start on, is you can say like, hey, you know, go pick up issue 1 of the new releases, and they can kind of go from there because it builds the story out. Well, Batman issue 41 is kind of that case. Like, it's a new Batman. We've never seen him before. We don't know who he is. It's not Bruce Wayne. So if you haven't read issue 40, you definitely should read issue 40. And
Spoiler alert.
There's a lot of stuff that's coming out. Well, it says that in the fucking like description of what the comic is on like Comixology everywhere.
Well, did he get like stabbed?
I don't know. You have to read it.
He
Lucky
gets
for
shot?
you, I have 1 through all of them.
I like 1 through all of them.
That's what I have. So with that being said, DC is doing a lot of issue 1s now, and then Marvel is starting to do issue 1s soon.
But their issue 1s make sense because it's like everybody's dead, like for real. Everyone is
Like
dead.
for real?
Like
Do they have big hats?
they all have big hats, but
they have Earth 2.
There is no Earth 2 really.
Earth 2
Earth
is
1 and
for
2.
the survivors, if you were paying attention.
Look,
Ooh.
everything is dead. Everyone
Everything
is dead,
also...
and people's like genders have switched. So, do you know about that? Did you read about that?
Yes, and they're all surviving on Earth 2.
So, who else gender switched?
Well, who do you know that gender switched?
Aside from Thor,
Mm-hmm.
Wolverine,
And?
Charles Xavier. Oh, no.
Charlene Xavier. Hey, Charlene Xavier.
Would she like shave her head too?
Yep.
No,
Or-
technically she's Phoenix.
True, that should have been her. Jean.
But then that's not.
Jean Grey's
that's
School
not.
for Advanced Gifted.
But then that's not a
and
gender
Individual
swap.
People.
That's
True.
just.
She
That's
changed her
just
name.
Jean Grey transitioning.
She's a transitional.
She's
Yeah. Okay.
True, but Wolverine is coming back. Death of Wolverine was the death of Logan, but not of whoever this chick is going to be. His daughter, with the same fucking powers
In her feet.
in her feet. And it's weird. She wears the same costume as her dad, though.
Well, she started wearing. She used to do it her hair color, and then she started wearing this costume now.
Oh my god.
So there's that.
So Marvel's taking some chances, and I like them for it.
Mm-hmm.
Take those chances.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what else you got? That's it? So,
No, I mean, I'll be honest, last week's issue 1s didn't really keep me entertained, I would say. So the rule is like I need to at least be like entertained to want to buy the second issue, and then kind of go from there. That wasn't really the case. I know we bought Jen got Lantern City we talked about. So
Lantern City issue 2 came out today.
today, yeah.
So I got that.
Mm-hmm.
Get to see how that saga continues. This is the steampunk one that we talked about?
Green Lantern Steampunk.
Yeah, it's that one.
That's that one, right? This is in the Wild West, and Will Smith plays the Black Green Lantern.
Yes.
Correct. And they ride on a giant spider.
Lantern?
Yeah. They ride on a giant spider.
A mechanical spider?
Mechanical spider. Yeah, I've
it's
seen
all
it.
steam powered
because
it's steampunk.
Correct.
See.
I remember.
Well, that's
talking
clever,
about
huh? This is just a clever little thing.
Yeah.
Huh. No, I mean, there's definitely, in the world of comic news, Comic-Con, if you want to call that comic news, is if they're starting to flow on the exclusives.
Oh, yeah. What's going on? That's comic. It's still comic news.
Yeah, that's out. So let's see. What do we got on that?
Well, I saw a picture this week where they've already started dressing up San Diego for Comic-Con.
Have they?
Yeah, like the trains
well, it's
and
coming
everything.
Up. Oh my god, it's coming up so quickly.
It is. It's less than a month away now.
Yeah. I know that Pop Vinyl has I want to say it's a Rocket Raccoon.
Yes, the new Rocket Raccoon.
That's flocked. So it's fuzzy. It's like a fuzzy.
Pop Vinyl, it's fuzzy. That's cool.
Yeah, they do those every once in a while.
They also, what else I saw? I saw that list that you put out. Aside from that Pop Vinyl, they have
there's a whole lot of Monsters High stuff that's coming out.
Some Breaking Bad stuff.
You know, for like Ashley Wilson, who is heavily involved with Monsters High. She'll appreciate all of their exclusives. They have a lot. That's all I know about them. I don't know what else is going on with Mattel. I don't really keep up with them.
Well, we'll see. As it gets closer and closer, they're going to start saying, hey, we buy this stuff. Something else. A Jim Lee special drawn Batman figurine plus drawn stuff. There's like 300 of them. So that's going to go high. Super high. Only having 300, that's a super limited release for Comic-Con.
Find out how to get that.
Yeah.
So
got to find out who's going to have that and where the hell it's going to be.
Try and figure that out.
Yeah, hopefully it's not.
There will probably be a line against the wall that the fire marshal says can't be there.
You guys can't stand in the middle of the line. It's like, yo, shut the fuck up, fire marshal. Like, and then, you're really gonna threaten to shut down Comic-Con?
And then the real line is going to actually be in the Mattel Mattel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In that booth.
Yeah. They're gonna be like, oh no, the line on the wall. We don't know what that is.
We don't know what that is. That doesn't belong to us.
And then Trusty Stedman will be in line.
Jedi Stead. He's a Jedi for a reason.
That's true. What else we got? Yeah, I mean, there'll be sections of the site going up for E3. That's next week.
Yes, E3. That's my turn.
Definitely not comic news, but that is your turn. And for more comic news, we'll have the Comic-Con section going up shortly after E3.
Okay, speaking of E3, E3 is next week.
What is E3 stand for?
E3 is the Electronic Entertainment Expo.
Expo.
It's basically the Super Bowl of video game news. You, of course, also have
video
games. Yeah, Gamescom in Germany, Tokyo Game Show in, obviously, Tokyo. But E3 is the beginning of all of it, and if you're going to announce anything, you announce it at E3.
Here's my question. Is it going to be cool this year? Because last year was my first E3 experience, and I got to tell you, a little disappointed.
No me gusto?
No me gusto.
It was boring. There was like nothing going on.
That's because I wasn't kind of there. I was there, but I wasn't kind of there. It was boring
because Chuck wasn't there.
I wasn't there. I wasn't walking around. I was working a booth. But this year, I'm definitely walking around and I'm touching everyone.
Well,
I mean, everything.
I'm touching everyone.
He's going to film it. He's going to attach a GoPro.
No, I am. So the thought is like I want to attach a GoPro in like a third person,
and we have
like a third person view. So like you get to see me like I'm a video game character at E3. That's going to be video.
Okay.
And then Jason's Guitar Hero guy.
I can't wait for Jason's Guitar Hero.
I can't either. We're going to make his hair look fucking amazing. So anyway, at E3 next week, it kind of started this week actually. Let me not even talk about next week yet. So this week, everybody's like freaking the fuck out because they think all of their shit's going to get leaked, and they should worry because we will leak your shit. So everything is kind of out. Everybody's releasing their E3 trailers. Like Battleborn, that trailer came out for 2K.
Well, but this is the thing though. Like
trailers.
Everyone's so worried that their shit's gonna leak, and that's solely because they just don't want to be committed to releasing shit.
Well, exactly. Like last year, Gears of War 4 was supposed to be announced at E3. Didn't even show up. Gave them a whole nother year of production, and this year it's rumored to be there. So I need to see Gears of War 4, which apparently also got picked up by Microsoft. It's no longer an Epic title because they have Rod Ferguson. So obviously he took his game with him. So hopefully seeing that. But also Microsoft, speaking of Microsoft, they announced their new Xbox One console, which is the new 1 terabyte model in matte black with a brand new controller that has wireless firmware, so you can update without having to plug in with one of these USB sons of bitches, and more reinforced feedback on the controller bumper. So that'll be fun. And they also showed off their wireless adapter that you can play on Windows 10 PCs utilizing your Xbox One controller. So that's going to really kind of make it a lot easier for people who play a lot of Steam games to use an Xbox One controller on their computer wirelessly at the same time. Hopefully with zero feedback, like lag time. They're usually pretty good on that. But yeah, so next week at E3, it's in Los Angeles, and we will be there. We will also be doing the Nomad cast there as well. But there's a lot of great things I expect to see. I expect to see a lot of game announcements from the Rare collection. So Microsoft has been holding on to a lot of Rare, the old gaming company Rare titles, like Donkey Kong got caught up with that, Banjo-Kazooie. Yeah, a lot of those guys, I expect to see them kind of come up with their collection. Nintendo needs to release a Star Fox game. Everybody for Nintendo has been waiting for that, but you can't talk about Nintendo, so I'm gonna stop talking about them. And then on the Sony side, they've kind of been a little ironclad on what they're going to be talking about and releasing. But since Microsoft fired the first shot, I expect them to very soon announce their console as well, which is the new PlayStation 4 Slim with the 1 terabyte console. Hopefully in a different color. I don't know. Maybe that'll give.
They're doing the Halo edition white.
Right. But a lot of the games are going to be bundled this time. Like PlayStation's bundling with Batman Arkham Knight. Xbox is definitely bundling with Halo and Halo 5. They also have an advertisement for Rise of the Tomb Raider and Forza 6, so I guess when those games come out, they're also going to bundle with those. So we'll see. But definitely, I don't want to burn myself out. Gaming news is on next week, and Nomadcast is up and ready to go. We'll have some special guests as well to join us. So look out for that as well.
That will go a little smoother than
well, we're not going to probably live it, but hey, thanks for that one view that's just fucking hanging in there. It's awesome.
You're an awesome person.
Great.
It's probably one of our moms.
Hey, Mom. Hi, Mom. Thanks, Mom.
And by probably you mean mine.
Hi, Mom. Hey, Jason's mom. We're going to give you this USB cable for free. For being our view. Oh, and they're gone. There's like, they're like, I don't want no damn USB cable.
Thanks to that one viewer for hanging in there for so long.
We're gonna send you a USB cable if we find you.
Yeah, we're gonna find you internet style.
Touch you and touch your face.
Do we have anything else? I feel like our viewer's gone.
Are we doing giveaways at all?
We've talked about everything. We don't have anything to give away right now.
I do.
What do you want to give away?
Besides your love.
Back up.
It's going to be on Twitter. It's going to be the comic that came in the Marvel Corps collector's box.
Oh.
I'm going to give away the digital code.
You want a digital code? You retweet this podcast.
You let me know.
Cool.
Any more words from any sponsors?
Well, apparently,
Cat
food coffee grounds. They are now mainstream. They have gotten too big for us because of our advertising. No, they're going to give us more.
Okay.
More coffee. So we'll figure that out as well. Somebody's excited for the cat.
Yeah, that's exciting.
But yeah, that's all I got. So I guess with that, that'll end another Pop Culture Podcast.
I'm Pissed Off Gamer to 090. Look it up.
Jenner Boys.
And I'm Brockmore, aka Apocalypse. And next week we'll figure this shit out, and it'll be cool. And you guys will be able to watch us live all the time.
Bye, Mom.
Bye, moms. That was like the Royal Rumble that I had to deal with the dogs when they all got out
Did
yesterday.
you stop broadcasting?
Bye, moms.